Hello, my YouTube family. This day could not end soon enough for me. Let me just tell you. It just couldn't. You know when you're just waiting for the weekend, like you are just reaching for the weekend and you are just at fingers, tips, and you can't get there because I have to go through Thursday and Friday before I finally get there. Well, these days can't go fast enough for me, people. I'm telling you. Can't go fast enough for me. I just want this week to end. Because next week I only work 3 days. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yes, people, I'm letting you know right now. Next Thursday and Friday, you will not see me. Because, you know, when you take a week off, you take 5 days. So I took 3 days, first, second, and third, earlier this month. And I just decided to break it up just because I can. And I decided to take the 25th and the 26th off because I can. And you would think, oh, the hardship of you know, taking days off in the month of October, Nancy, what are you complaining about? Well, you know what, people, it's just a lot. There's just a lot, you know, between the hair. I'm stressing for absolutely no reason. There's really no real reason to stress, but I'm stressing nevertheless because I just feel stressed. I feel stressed about my hair. I feel stressed about all sorts of things. I feel stressed about the fact that I can't find this damn story that I need in order to incorporate. Oh, I'm at a big standstill on that one. Just put it aside. I just put my story aside. Just put it aside. Just put it aside. Until something comes to me that is similar to what I'm looking for in that other story that I cannot find, I am just at a standstill. And I'm tired of forcing it. It just needs to come naturally. So it hasn't come naturally yet. I'm still tearing this house inside out. Let's get on with lips of the day, shall we? It's a kind of like a My Lips But Better, but it is a lip combo, people. Lip combo. And let me tell you what I combined together today. It is a L'Oreal Color Riche lipstick. And the name of it is Organza. Organza. It's a very beautiful, beautiful. Look at this. It's like a golden, shimmery. It's not even gold. It's like a bronzy. It's a nudish bronze. There you go. A nudish bronze with just a hint of shimmer. And look, you can see the L'Oreal embossed on it. All fancy like. Very nice shade, people. It's very, very shimmery. And barely there, really. Look at that. You can barely see it. You can see the shimmer. There you go. You can see it that way. There you go. Moisturizing. It's very subtle. It's an extremely subtle color. But it's very stay on your lips. Very stay on your lips. If you want, it does kind of fade a little bit. But with the topper, it didn't fade all the way. So this is the lipstick itself. That is Organza. And this is what I combined it with as a topper. This is Revlon Colorburst Lip Gloss. It is Colorburst, right? Yeah, I think it's, yeah. Revlon Colorburst Lip Gloss. And this one is called Coffee Gleam. What a beautiful shade, people. Look at that. Look at that. And I just, you know, put it right on top of Organza. I'm just going to show it to you on the side to show you what it looks like by itself. And it's another one that you can like, because it's my skin tone. Kind of came off as a nude. As you can see. There it is, right there. Kind of a very, there you go. That's it. Kind of a very light chocolate, bronzy kind of color. It's very sweet, people. Very sweet. And the combo gives you that. Love it. Love it. I've been admiring my lips all damn day, people. Love it. So I'm going to wipe my hands off. And so, what is the story of the day? Well, I told you about those two girls, right? Well, one of them was pretty much MIA today. I did see her, but I played it off like I was on the phone. And she was making a phone call, so I know she couldn't talk to me. So that was that. So that took care of that. Now, Miss Downstairs, I love her to death. I really do. But, you know, I did email her, and, you know, I think she wanted to come up and see me because she said she had a story. So I said, I really don't have time. And I really didn't, because today was kind of, it was boom, 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 boom without any air. So don't you know, because, of course, I gave her my cell number. She texted me this story. And it really was like, I thought she had like something like major, like drama. She's young. She's like 22, 23. And her story was the fact that she was looking for a pen. She was looking for a pen, and she went to the supply closet, but the person who was in charge of the supply closet came behind her and said, well, what do you want? And she got all scared, and she just told the person, well, I'm looking for a pen. And the person gave her a pen, and then she walked away feeling like she had stolen something. So this is the text that she sent me. So I said, is that it? And she said, yeah. And I said, what you stressing about? I mean, okay, so she gave you a pen. Well, she made me feel like I stole something. I said, well, if you were standing next to, you know, money, then I can understand that she would make you feel like you were stealing something because it's money. And she's probably responsible for that. But all you did was ask for a pen. And you were near the supply closet. Don't worry about it. Don't stress it. And then she texted me back, am I being too sensitive? And I said, hell to the yeah. Yeah, you're being a little too sensitive. It's a pen. This is an office building. You can find a gazillion pens. And you don't have to feel like you stole them because everybody takes a pen from off of somebody's desk anyway. So, I mean, I'm front row center. I'm the receptionist, and you can best believe, can I borrow your pen? Can I buy? And then they just walk away with it. What do I do? I'm not going to chase every single person that walks away with my pen. I got a whole bunch, and then when I run out, I talk to the woman who's in charge of the supplies, and I tell her, order me some more. It's as simple as that, people. It's not rocket science. It's really not rocket science. So that was her story. And I think she was trying to hint again, well, can I come up and see you? And I was like, really, not today. Not today. And then I kind of sent her a text like, people are getting on my last nerve. I really wish people would leave me alone. It wasn't so much a message to her. She was included. But there really were a lot of people getting on my nerves today. Guests coming in, sign-in book. I told you about that whole situation that I have to sign in. You have to sign in your book. You got to, blood. I need your firstborn. I need all of that. And I had guests over and over and over today. So it was just that kind of day. So, 9 minutes in and I still haven't. Yeah, I just did, didn't I? See, people, I don't even know that I told you about Lips of the Day. I told you about Lips of the Day. So, yeah. Okay, but a little side bit on Cutie. Now, I don't know if I told you. I think I did, but I might not have. Because, I'm old and I don't remember as good as I used to. Did I tell you about this other guy? Not GQ. No, not him. I see him every blue moon. And he's still just as GQ as ever. But now there's a new one who's not really that new because I've seen him before. But I think I told you about him in a few videos back, but I'm not really sure. So let me re-enlighten you, because I have to find a name for this one. And he has a particular body feature that does stand out. And no, people, it's not what you think. It is the rear end. Oh, it is divine. It is. I don't know if it's the pants that he wears. I think I told you about this one before. But sweet Jesus, the boy is blessed from behind. And he knows exactly how to accentuate that feature with the pants that he wears. So I need to find a name for him, because we got Cutie, we got GQ. Now what can I call him? I was going to call him Sweet Cheeks. There we go. Found it. Sweet Cheeks. We're going to call him Sweet Cheeks. Well, Sweet Cheeks used to just come by and just, you know, hi, and then I would just watch him. I would just watch him walk away. Ooh, Lord have mercy. But Sweet Cheeks decided to stay and talk to me today a little bit. So I was very flattered. And you know, why is it that they come and talk to you when you looking like this? Why with this? And here they come. Well, Sweet Cheeks came and talked to me because, okay, let me reel it back a little bit. We had 2 nurses come in today, registered nurses come in today for flu shots. I did not take a flu shot. I do not do flu shots. Okay, so everybody came in to take flu shots, and here he come. So he said, "Hi, Nancy," and I said, "Hey," and he stopped, and I was like, "Ooh, he stopped." And he is kind of cute. He is kind of cute. He is not as cute as Cutie, but he's cute. He's got a nice built body and sweet cheeks. Okay, so he came and he stopped and he spoke to me, and he was like, "I go into the other room to get the flu shot, right?" And I said, "Yeah, just go right through the door. You'll see everybody standing in the line waiting to get their shots." And he goes, "Let me ask you something." I said, "Okay." He goes, "Are you getting a flu shot?" I said, "I do not do flu shots. I've never done flu shots. No, I don't do flu shots. I don't do flu shots. I just don't. My father does. I do not." So he goes, "See, my mom wants me to get flu shots." Now, of course, he said my mom, right? So I'm thinking, okay, he's another youngin' who obviously probably still lives at home. So I said, well, and he goes, "Well, I don't really want to get a flu shot, but my mom's been guilting me into getting the flu shot." So I said, "Okay, well, you know, you got to do what you got to do." I said, "It looks like you're on your way to get the flu shot." He goes, "Yeah, I'm going to get it, but I have a race on Saturday and I don't want to feel sick." And I said, "Well, it may not happen for everybody, but let me tell you my experience from seeing it from my father taking his flu shots. He will take a flu shot annually, right as rain. He will take his flu shot, but then it knocks him out for a good few days. And then when it goes through his system and, you know, everything is cool, he feels great." He goes, "Yeah, but will I feel fine by Saturday?" I said, "See, I don't know." I said, "Well, it's Wednesday. You're taking it on Wednesday. Half the day is pretty much over. So you got the rest of the evening. All of Thursday, you might feel a little not together. You still got Friday. Friday might be working out of your system, and then you'll be good to go on Saturday." He goes, "You know what? That sounds just about right." Okay, he goes, "You know what? I'm going to take your word for it." I said, "Well, I'm not a nurse or anything, so you may want to talk to the registered nurse in there about the flu shot." He goes, "No, he goes, "I trust you." I said, "Oh, okay, well, thank you very much." And off he went, took his flu shot, and then he came back. And of course, the nurse gives all the little boys and girls a lollipop after she gives them the shot. So he walked out and he goes, "I got a lollipop." And I said, "See? You were good. You didn't cry." And he said, "You do realize that if I do feel sick on Saturday, you know who I'm coming to blame on Monday, right?" I said, "Look, I'm trying to do a good deed." Okay, he goes, No, I got your number. I may come up here on Monday. whether I feel good or not. And I said, okay, well, bet. Okay, I'll see you on Monday then. So he walked out. As he was walking out, I said, good luck with the race. And he said, thank you. And then he stopped. Like, he had the door open and he stopped. Like he was about to say something again, but then he just kept on going. So I have a feeling, just a gut feeling, I could be completely wrong, that he was going to ask me, do you want to come and see me race? I could be wishing on a star. I don't know. But it was just the way he stopped. Like, should I ask her? Should I not ask her? And then he just kept it going. He just, you know, he just kept going. And I was like, damn. But then, when he came up to get the flu shot, I looked over because I could see the elevators. And the elevators are see-through. And so, of course, I've got the window. So I could see who's coming in and out of the elevators. The way that they can look through to see me sitting at my desk, I could see them. So when he came up in the elevator with Cutie. But he came my direction and Cutie had to go somewhere else. So I said, okay, whatever. So he went, sweet cheeks, left. And like 10 minutes later, here come Cutie. So I said, I had like a little smirk. And he goes, what's that look about? I said, you have competition. And he goes, not again. So he thought I was talking about GQ. I said, oh, no, not him. He said, there's another one? I said, oh, yes, there is another one. I said, and you know this one too. So he's like, who is it? Who is it? I said, I'll give you a hint. I said, you came up the elevator with him. And then he just instantly knew who I was talking about, so he said his name. And I said, yes. And he goes, oh, really? And I said, oh, yes. So he goes, so what's that about? I said, oh, well, I have had my eyes on him for quite some time. So then he goes, yeah, but did he give you anything? I said, no, he didn't give me anything. What was he supposed to give me? I said, he goes, what did I give you earlier this afternoon? Now, every Wednesday is snack day. So, and he knows I go for my favorite pretzels. So I said, oh, you mean the bag of pretzels? And he said, yes. Did he give you a bag of pretzels? I said, no, he didn't give me a bag of pretzel. And then he turned around and he did one of these, winning. I said, oh, no, he didn't. No, you did not just do that. And we both started cracking up. I said, for real? He goes, winning. I am still ahead of this race. I said, oh, so this is a race. He goes, well, let's see. You've got GQ. He said his name. And now you got Sweet Cheeks. And he said his name. And I said, yeah. And he goes, but do they ever give you anything? I said, no. He said, winning. I was crying. I was laughing so hard. So he just walked away and he goes, there, done. I said, oh, okay, well, fine. There, done. And that was the end of our conversation because that happened at around like 5 minutes to 5. And of course, you know, at 5 he has to go. So I was like, wow, men are very competitive. Even when there's really nothing to compete about because I know you don't like me like that. So why are you getting all, your feathers getting all ruffled? And, you know, he doesn't want me, but he doesn't want anybody else to have me. Typical male. Typical male. So I was, you know, pleasantly pleased and pleasantly flattered by that. And that's the way the day ended. But I was so glad when this day ended. You have no idea. You have no idea. But, Sweet Cheeks. Yes, he is serious competition for Cutie. Yeah, Cutie's taller and leaner. But Sweet Cheeks is about, like, Cutie is about, I'd say, Cutie is about 5'10", tall, lean. Sweet Cheeks, I'd say he's about 5'8.5", 5'9". He's not 5'10", and he's definitely not 6 feet, because Cutie is definitely taller than he is. But he's not a shrimp. He's not shorter than me. He's still taller than me, because I'm only 5'5". Anybody a dwarf is taller than me. He's about 5'8.5" 5'9". So height-wise, Cutie has him, but I like guys who are taller than me anyway. Sweet Cheeks falls under that category. So they're both taller than me, but Cutie is taller. So, but, you know, Sweet Cheeks is cute. He got these cute little glasses on, and they have black frames, and he's got a nice little round face, and very broad shoulders, and you could tell he's like an exercise buff. He's not like super buff, but he takes care of himself, and I guess he focuses on his sweet cheeks because they are quite prominent, and I have noticed. I'm sure I'm not the only one that notices, but oh yeah, yeah. So there we have it. So now, are you keeping up with me? Because there's Cutie, there's GQ, and now there's Sweet Cheeks. I hope everybody can keep up because, you know, like sands through the hourglass, these are the days of Nancy Gugu's life. Y'all too young to remember the soap opera. Like sands through the hourglass, these are the days of our lives. You know, Days of Our Lives soap opera. I don't even know if it's still on. I don't watch soaps anymore. But yeah, these, like sands through the hourglass, these are the days of Nancy Gugu's life. So here we go. So that's it, people. I have filled you in. I have just yammered on over 21 minutes. And it is time to go. Let me know what you think. I love these lips. I do. They're brown. They're brown. For those of you who love me in brown lips. I'm just saying. Okay. So let me know what you think. I love them. I love them. They're both the combination of the lipstick and the Revlon. Very nice together. So that is the lip combo of the day, people. Okay. I'm not doing a lip combo every single day, but just so happens that 2 days in a row I've done the lip combo. So or is it 3 days in a row? I don't even know anymore. I can't keep up. Anyway, that is it for the day. Let me know what you think. I love them. Very light, very simple. Nothing, you know, bam in your face. Who knows? Maybe it was the lips that brought Sweet Cheeks to talk to me. I don't know. But I need to get my hair supplies. They need to come quickly. On that note, I love you. I love my YouTube family. I love my new subscribers. The family is growing, people. The family is growing. All of the unfamiliar names. Now I'm talking to the regulars, my regular family members. If you see any unfamiliar names on the comments, say hi. You know, hey, how's it going? You just part of, you know, Nancy's family too. And I just want everybody to family hug and, you know, just keep it light, keep it loving. And I will talk to you tomorrow, okay? Hit me up, let me know. I love you. I love my YouTube family. And I will talk to you tomorrow, okay? Bye now.